of truth, reading, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story,
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
and every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Some TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us.
To the future we proudly define.
Some TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Some TV, cause of the nation.
Keep watching Some TV.
viewers. I am Bridget James, welcoming you to news at 9 p.m. on Sun TV. We are beaming the signal live from Jalingo, Taraba State. This is the pulse of the nation. We bring only the stories that matter. Stay with us on Facebook at Sun TV and on YouTube at Sun TV Live. Here are tonight's major headlines. The House of Representatives has approved the proposal for the real-time electronic transmission of election result from polling units to the Independent National Electoral Commission's IREV portal, mandating presiding officers to upload results immediately and imposing stricter penalties for false declarations. The Inspector General of Police ordered the immediate withdrawal and redeployment of officers attached to the number 24 Police Mobile Force Presidential Escort across all states. The federal government, with international funds for agricultural development, celebrated Pomba rice and cassava harvest in Nasarawa State under the 2025 VCDP, boosting productivity and food security. On international news, French, Saudi, and U.S. officials met Lebanon's army chief in Paris to finalize a Hezbollah disarmament roadmap amid Israeli strike. Business news. West African oil producers, including Nigeria and Angola, struggles to find buyers due to global oversupply and competition, pushing Brent crude below $60, while other reports says Nigeria spent over 814 billion naira on textile imports in the first 9 months of 2025, highlighting reliance on foreign fabrics and calling for a textile fund. On entertainment news, Afrobeat star Davido identified Asake, Omale, and Rema as top emerging male artists, praising their global influence. Sport news. Nigeria ranked 5th among favorites for the 2025 Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco, with Morocco leading predictions as Ghana ready to host the 24th African Senior Athletics Championship in Accra from May 12 to 17, 2026, with preparations starting May 8th. And now the news in full. The House of Representatives has approved a proposal for the real-time electronic transmission of election results from polling units to the Independent National Electoral Commission's IREV portal. Adopted during amendments to the Electoral Act 2022, the resolution mandates presiding officers to upload results immediately after signing and stamping Form EC8A. The lawmakers also approved stricter penalties, including 5-year jail term for false result declarations, and formally designated BVAS as the main voter accreditation system. Video clip courtesy of Channels TV.
The House of Representatives begins with a consideration of the medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper received from President Bola Tinubu 48 hours ago. Interestingly, the process is cut short due to concerns raised on some of the parameters proposed in the report, which would affect revenue generation for the 2026 budget.
We want to move that we will step down to allow us to review and come back to you with the reports.
Moving on, a matter of privilege is raised by a lawmaker concerning the new tax laws.
We passed the tax laws on this floor, and Mr. Speaker, I took my time in the last 3 days to look at the gazetted past copy, the vote and proceedings of the House of Representatives, and also went an extra mile to look at the vote and proceedings of the Senate of what was harmonized. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, what I passed on this floor is not what is gazetted. Mr. Speaker, honorable colleagues, I have all the copies, but I'm coming under privilege because I was here, I gave my vote, and it was counted, and I'm seeing something completely different.
Your observation is noted and action will be taken. I assure you that.
The House then turns its attention to the much-anticipated Electoral Act amendment. Concerns are raised on several proposals, one of which deals with disqualification of candidates.
Some people do not want to participate in a fair play election. They will prepare themselves and to seize election in the court. So we have to be very, very careful. So my suggestion, Mr. Speaker, when the court find out that a candidate is being disqualified, this matter should be referred to INEC to conduct election in that particular area rather than to give the court power to determine who becomes second.
Another clause seeking to address concerns around accompanying a voter into the voter compartment also receives mixed reactions from the House.
When you go through this, no sanction was written for whoever that led the physically placed person, maybe the blind man or anybody that is not okay to cast his or her vote.
Why should the law restrict me in assisting my party member from voting me?
No, there is a level to every assistance.
No, Mr.
This amendment is to exclude certain category of people who are capable of influencing the vote of that person they are to hate.
Subsequently, the House maintains the clause that no political party agent, candidate or party official shall be permitted to accompany a voter into the voting compartment. Other amendments approved so far include that the presiding officer shall electronically transmit the results from each polling unit to the IRF portal in real time. Also approved is the compulsory use of national identity number for voter registration, as well as 10 years imprisonment without option of fine of electoral officers who willfully violate certain provisions of the Electoral Act. The consideration process was subsequently halted to resume the following day. Terry Ikumi.
The Inspector General of Police has ordered the immediate withdrawal of officers attached to the number 24 Police Mobile Force Presidential Escort at the State House in Abuja, directing them to return to their state commands nationwide. The redeployment affects officers across all zones following President Bola Tinubu's earlier directive on VIP escort duties. Senior police officials are implementing the transfers to ensure prompt compliance and nationwide redistribution. The federal government, in partnership with the International Fund for Agricultural Development, has celebrated a Pomber harvest by rice and cassava farmers in Nasarawa State under the 2025 Value Chain Development Program. Dr. Eunice Adigzi, the state program coordinator, says training and provisions of certified seeds improve yields to 4.5 tons per hectare for rice and 2 tons for cassava. Beneficiaries from 5 local government areas credited the program for enhancing productivity, livelihoods, and food security. Niger State Governor Mohammed Umaru Bago has emphasized the importance of religious tolerance and unity as key pillars for sustaining peace in the state, while receiving members of the Jamaatul Izalatul Wa Suma over the Papiri school adoptions. The governor praised existing interfaith harmony and called for collective prayers, cooperation, and sustained engagement among religious leaders and security agencies to effectively tackle insecurity. Adamawa State Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri has announced the establishment of a judicial panel to investigate the Lamurde shooting incident that claimed the lives of 10 women and a child. He assured affected families of a transparent and impartial probe. While pledging improved security measures, the governor also emphasized collaboration with religious and community leaders to restore trust, ensure justice, and prevent a reoccurrence of such tragic incidents. Still from Adamawa State, Governor Amadu Umaru Fintiri has pledged to strengthen collaboration with the Igala Cultural Development Association during a historic first-ever courtesy visit by the association's executives and members to the government house in Yola. The delegation praised the governor's infrastructural achievements and peaceful governance, while Fintiri acknowledged the Igala community's contributions to the state economic growth and internally generated revenue, emphasizing partnership for continued development and inclusive progress. Our correspondent, Ojoma Yusuf, has the details.
ICDA Adamawa State Chapter has visited the Adamawa State Governor, Governor Ahmadu Umaru Fintiri, stating their support for the government. It marks the first time in the association history for formally visiting the state governor. Leading the delegation, Alhaji Muhammad Sani Umar, CEO Optimum Laboratory, Yola, commended Governor Fintiri for the ongoing transformation across the state.
I don't know where you derive this innovative spirit from. Sometimes it worries me. I just entered this building now. They were bringing us to this place. We are really proud of you. We are really proud of you. We are together with you.
He noted that the Igala community, which has lived in Adamawa State for more than 3 decades, has never witnessed such rapid development. Also speaking, the ICDA president, Alhaji Danlami Yahaya, expressed appreciation for the Adamawa State infrastructural achievements, as well as a peaceful, inclusive environment his administration has fostered. He described Adamawa State as a peace-loving state, which has encouraged Igala entrepreneurs to invest without fear.
We assure you of our continuing cooperation and partnership wherever our contribution can add value to the growth of Adamawa State. Once again, we thank you for granting us audience and for the unwavering hospitality your administration continues to show. We pray for more strength, wisdom, and success as you lead this state to a greater height. Thank you, Your Excellency.
We affirm the association's readiness to partner with the government, adding that Igala residents are committed to contributing to the state's progress. In his response, Governor Fintiri praised Igala community for their role in the economic growth of the state, particularly their contributions to the state's internal generated revenue, IGR. Emphasized the importance of collaboration, expressing willingness to work closely with the group, given the strength and impact of their businesses.
Thank all of you for making this visit to come and pay respect and recognize what we are doing for our people in the state, and by extension, generally, to everybody that lives within Adamawa State. We've come to do this job with all honesty and fear of Allah. And, He has not let us alone, and He has given us the wisdom and the direction to lead the good people of this state. And we have not discriminated whether you are.
Among those in the ICDA delegation were Omar Chata, the Ata of Igala representative here in Adamawa State, former ICDA President Joe Atabo, and several others. Ojoma Yusuf, Som TV News, Yola.
Report reaching us says the federal government says all federal ministries and departments have achieved full digital compliance, completing Nigerians' transition to a paperless civil service. Head of the civil service, Mrs. Didi Wilson Jack, announced this in Abuja, describing it as a major reform milestone. She said the shift improved efficiency, reduced cost, expanded digital tools and training, and was driven by sustained reforms, strong political support, and locally developed solutions under the Nigerian First policy. A faction of the African Democratic Congress, led by Nafiu Bala, has suspended 15 senior members, including former national chairman Rav Nwosu, for alleged anti-party activities. The 6-month suspension was approved at the NWC meeting in Abuja. The faction also disowned unauthorized congresses, announced new appointments, and constituted a committee for the Osun governorship primarily deepening the party's leadership crisis amidst rival factional claims. A report coming in now says 4 Rivers State lawmakers in the House of Representatives have defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress, APC. Their defection follows Governor Siminalayi Fubara's move to the APC last week, with the legislators reportedly aligning with the governor's political decision. The federal government has banned the export of woods and related products nationwide. Revoking all existing licenses, the Minister of Environment, Balarabe Lawal, said the move aimed to curb illegal logging and deforestation, safeguarding forests vital for biodiversity, clean air, water, and climate mitigation. Security agencies and ministries will enforce compliance in line with the 2025 Presidential Executive Order and constitutional provisions protecting Nigerians' environment. In a related effort to bolster security, the Nigeria and the European Union have agreed to strengthen defense cooperation. EU Ambassador Giltha Marknott met with Chief of Defense Staff General Olufemi Oluyede, committing support beyond military aid to include governance, political engagement, and peace building. Oluyede welcomed fast-tracked EU assistance, highlighting its potential to address Nigerians' complex security challenges effectively and sustainably. Meanwhile, the National Agricultural Development Fund is improving farmers' access to seeds, fertilizers, and tools for the next planting season. Past delays affected planting and crop growth, prompting reforms to enhance delivery and manage weather risks. NADF also introduced a 50% discount on farm input to boost crop yields and farmers' incomes, reinforcing national efforts to secure agricultural productivity and food security. Yobe State government has warned civil servants against corruption and bribery, especially involving job seekers. Investigations are underway with guilty officials facing strict legal consequences. The ministries are directed to educate staff on ethical standards, professionalism, and transparency. In a complementary security measures, Governor Maimala Buni ordered heightened vigilance during Christmas and New Year festivities, ensuring police and border security agencies protect lives and property. At Idiroko border, Ogun State, the Nigerian Customs Service seized 16 kg of heroin, 12 kg of crystal meth, and over 1,500 kilograms of cannabis, alongside smuggled foreign goods. 6 intelligence-led operations between December 4th to 15th led to seizures, which were handed over to the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Customs pledged continued enforcement against illegal imports, reinforcing national anti-drug and border security initiative and safeguarding public health. Former Governor Babatunde Fashola highlighted the link between good leadership, professionalism, and national development at the Nigerian Institution of Surveyors, Lagos, AGM. He urged surveyors to deliver high-quality services while emphasizing mentorship, ethics, and technology adoptions. This aligned with broader state and national goals to enhance governance, ensure accountability, and promote professional standards across sectors to derive sustainable development. Governor Biodun Oyebanji distributed 1 billion naira to young farmers under the Bring Back the Youth in Agriculture program, now benefiting 5,000 youths. Payments drawn from harvest profit, rewards, dedications, and aim to expand youth participating to 50,000 by 2030, generating 50 billion naira annually. This initiative complements federal agricultural reform and state efforts to empower youth, enhance food production, and stimulate economic growth. Ebonyi State is reviving abandoned water projects to ensure reliable supply during the dry season. Equipment including high-capacity pumps from Spain. It will transport water to treatment stations and the Iboko reservoirs for distribution in Izzi and Abakaliki. Governor Nwifuru's administration restored infrastructure and security, reviving 4 of 5 major schemes, demonstrating a commitment to public service efficiency and sustainable resource management. Governor Omo Eno increased security votes, impressed and constituency project funds for councillors, praising collaboration with local government chairmen in deriving developments across 31 local government areas at a 2-day workshop on legislative effectiveness. He announced the IBOM-led center as youth-friendly hub with internet access, reinforcing state efforts to promote inclusive development, education, and civic engagement in tandem with broader security and governance objectives. Delta State, through the Office of the Wife of the Governor, awarded 250 senior citizens 200,000 naira, a 50-kilogram bag of rice, and free medical care under Renewed Hope initiative. Elderly Support Scheme, the event team Finding Joy in Old Age, highlighting dignity, well-being, and social inclusion for elderly, complementing federal initiatives such as those in Edo State to empower senior citizens and promote active aging. Similarly, the federal government, through First Lady Senator Oluremi Tinubu, empowered 250 elderly persons in Edo State.
Land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Sun TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Sun TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Something. Africa, a land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every
Welcome back. We're glad you're still here with us. Coming up next are the international business, sports, and entertainment news. On the international news, French, Saudi, and U.S. officials met with the Lebanese army chief in Paris to finalize a roadmap for disarming Hezbollah following a 2024 U.S. brokered ceasefire with Israel. The talk aimed to reinforce the ceasefire, verify disarmaments, and prevent escalations amid Israeli strikes in southern Lebanon. The political tension ahead of Lebanon's 2026 election and the army's limited capacity complicates the process. A follow-up conference is planned for February 2026. EU leaders met in Brussels to discuss using frozen Russian assets to finance Ukraine war efforts amid strained national budgets and legal concerns from Belgium. Polish PM Donald Tusk emphasized urgency, saying it was money today or blood tomorrow. Ukrainian President Zelensky urged a deal to sustain Ukraine's fight. The summit focused on risk-sharing measures, with a perpetuation loan viewed as the most visible option to support Kyiv against Russian aggression. On business news, West African oil producers, including Nigeria and Angola, are struggling to find buyers for December and January cargoes due to global oversupply and competition from cheaper Middle Eastern and Latin American crudes. China and India are switching to alternative grades, while Nigeria Dangote refinery maintains and reduces local demands. Approximately 20 million barrels of Nigerian oil remain unsold, pushing Brent crudes below $60 per barrel. Analysts say shifting buying patterns and freight costs are also affecting sales. Report says Nigeria spent over 814 billion naira on textile import in the first 9 months of 2025, even though the government has promised to revive local production. This shows the country still relies heavily on foreign fabrics. Industry experts blame poor government policies, lack of affordable loans, corruption, and problems like weak cotton farming. They are calling for a dedicated textile fund to help local businesses grow and compete with imported fabrics. The CEO of Eco Electricity Distribution Company, Rakir Momar, has revealed that electricity theft by wealthy residents and hotels is a major factor worsening Nigerians' power crisis. Speaking in Lagos, she said some high-end homes and well-known hotels bypass meters, causing huge losses. Momo called for smart meters and better monitoring to reduce theft, improve efficiency, and ensure stable power supply, while highlighting challenges like poor infrastructure, vandalism, and unpaid debt. And on entertainment news, Afrobeat star Davido has identified Asake, Omale, and Rema as the next leading male artists in Nigerian music. On Kata Efe's Switch livestream, he praised their talents, hard work, and growing global influence, while recognizing top female performers like Tems and Arya Star. Davido said his focus was on men, highlighting the trio's international impact and contributions to Afrobeat rise, calling them strong contenders for the title of next greatest of all time. Senator Ned Nwoko has responded to claims by his estranged wife, actress Regina Daniels, over access to their two sons, Munir and Khalifat. He denied blocking her, stating her absence is voluntary and linked to her social lifestyle. An Abuja court has ordered Daniels to undergo drug rehabilitation and assessment by the Social Welfare Department before regaining access. The custody matters is adjourned to February 4th, 2026, following earlier allegations of substance abuse and domestic issues. And on sports, a British sports data company has ranked Nigeria 5th among favorites for the 2025 African Cup of Nations in Morocco, set to start on December 21st. Host Morocco leads the predictions, followed by Egypt, Senegal, and Algeria. Nigeria, under new coach Eric Chelle and led by striker Victor Osimhen, is steeped to have a strong attack, but defensive gap and a tough group may make their path to the trophy challenging. The Confederation of African Athletics has confirmed that the 24th African Senior Athletic Championship will take place in Accra, Ghana from May 12 to 17, 2026. Preparations will begin on May 8 with arrival of officials and technical teams, while a technical meeting is set for May 11. Ghana will host athletics from across Africa, making the city the center of continental track and field action during the event. That is where we draw the curtain. I remain Bridget James. Thank you for joining us. Do have a wonderful evening. Bye.